Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Salem by Night Chronicle, our Vampire the Masquerade game set in 1984. I'm the Red Nose Archon. My name is Will, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. Last we left off with our Anarchs. We opened up with Andreas rolling up on Erikson and Melvin as they were coming out of the Dance Nocturne, having their meeting with the Guerrilla Group. They quickly saw Erikson blink over to the payphone down the street, and as they were walking, they shared each other's informations. Andreas let them know that him and Shepard lost their tails, but followed them to a hotel where one of their groups seems to be staying at, while Melvin described the chat that they had with the Camarilla crew and tried to find out if there was an investment of a muzzle that could be had for Erikson moving forward. But we found out that Erikson was calling the Albatross to talk to Samantha Rushing. He found out that she had talked to Elizabeth Barrister about a week ago, talked to her about her apartment building and having met up for a chat and whatnot. Was given the address, and the group got over there to see what was going on. As they tried to initiate an investigation, Melvin ended up increasing his hunger and shown a disturbing set of images by his beast, who clearly is taunting him. But once he ran around back and climbed up onto the balcony, you could see that there was spatters of blood in the apartment, like it had seen some combat, reminiscent of gangland violence from back in Chicago when he was up as a police officer. And inside, they saw that there was extensive damage to walls, and that it looked like there was small pools of blood where bodies had been laid. But in the bedroom, they found that Elizabeth Barrister's body had been laid out, kind of mockingly. Her ribcage was open horrifically, and there was a message left written into the musculature of her body that read, "For Carthage, usurpers, may the clan burn with you, signed the Baron." They also noticed that the window was closed from the outside, that streaks of blood led out towards it, and there was telltale signs of some heavy vehicle that had sat underneath it. They also noticed that there were 3 bite marks along parts of her body that had not been licked closed. After checking around the room, Melvin did find a shoebox with several pieces of paperwork, including boons that had been annotated for her, and a couple of Polaroids. Among them, one with a oblivious young Senator Wood, state senator. And on the back, in black Sharpie, barely visible, was the quote, "My prize," which they figured was an inside joke. One of the pictures also showed her, Samantha Crushing, and Marcus Bradley at the Albatross. Clearly, when it was first bought out, none of the accoutrements are on the walls at all. But they saw that the band had a symbol of a skull with a raven on it and the initials NEAPW. After which Erikson and the coterie had a chat about how Grant Reynolds might have been responsible for this, what it means moving forward, and how they can't really be friends, if it were, given what Otis King set them to do, and the relationship that Grant Reynolds seems right. So they took off to try to let the sheriff know about the situation that was happening here, and much to Erikson's chagrin, the sheriff of West Salem happens to be Manny Garza. So they decided to drive up to the Red Eye Lounge. They learned that Otis and Manny were not available, having left off to a different meeting, but that they would be back and that John Coulson would be happy to pass on any messages for them. They asked him to help destroy the body of Elizabeth Barrister that they had taken with them, and decided to wait it out. Well, Erikson decided to wait it out, so we left off with them sitting in the Red Eye Lounge, more than quiet Wednesday evening, and that's where we're gonna pick up with our boys. Good to see all of your faces.
The pleasure to
Hello.
be here.
Greetings
It's
inside
very
the tent.
nice.
But it is 2:30, almost 3, when doors open and Manny Garza comes in, followed by Otis King. Otis looks to be worse for wear, but the moment he sees your group at the table, you see him force a smile, and he brightens himself up uh, enough to look cordial. Manny, of course, immediately finger guns the whole table, except for Melvin, who he instead of finger gun, he kind of mimes having a Tommy gun, and he just kind of opens fire on you. But he
Hashtag
laughs.
too real.
He laughs and just kind of like waves it off. It's like meandering over to the office door.
Mhm.
But Otis comes over.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, what can I do
Oof.
for you?
I'd hate to see the other guy, Otis.
This is political. It does things to a man's face. I hope you don't want to
Yeah.
talk politics.
Well,
My
all
face
depends
is
on how
already
you.
messed up.
Yeah, it all depends on how you take this information. Um, Barrister is no longer with us.
Ah, the Brujah.
Yes, my sire.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry for your loss. Do
I hold back the fact that it feels like he threw that out, like, just oh, I'm so sorry that happened, whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, that's so sad. Anyway, he goes, "Do you know who did it? Do you have any leads? Any help finding out who did it?" Dr.
Well,
Coulson.
in the fortunately, when we found her body, it did leave somebody, whoever it was, or actually we come to suspect it's more than one person, left a message for anyone who was going to find her to see. And it was, I can't say, well, it's like, I want to give him the exact thing, but I know you said it earlier in the,
Yeah,
oh my God, in the intro.
yeah.
But essentially, they're gunning for my clan. And this is something that I'm not going to, as jovial as we have been around each other, this is much more serious in my endeavor. So, and since this has happened here in this part of the city, I know that Manny is the sheriff.
Correct.
So I just want to know what he would do about this and what he's going to do about this, considering that now there's people gunning after our kin, not just my clan.
I get you. Um,
He-
I can guarantee you that I will have him look into it. That's what you want.
I look at Erikson kind of quizzical in the sense of why he's leaving things out. But I kind of look back at Otis and I go, well, there's a couple bits of information that I think, given his current state of mind, he may have missed out that would be kind of important for you to know.
All right.
One was the message.
Is this something we should take into the office? He looks around and there's a few of what look to be regulars. It's not a packed bar. It's about maybe 50% capacity at this point in time. Like it's been trickling out. When you got there, you started waiting. It was maybe closer to 70%. So people are making their way out for the evening.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him probably for the best.
Sure. And you see him look in the direction of where the DJ booth is and where the broken down, not broken down, but where the mechanical bull has kind of been broken down into like the pieces and put underneath the stage. And you're not sure if you just didn't notice him or if he's uh, pulling himself out of obfuscate, but you see Dmitry Korchagin come out from one of the shadows and kind of nod in his direction and come over. Manny's been standing by the door to the office this whole time. He's kind of keeping an eye out on things and notice that as Otis and his coterie come together in the office, they wait for you to step in. Manny will close the door behind you, and then Otis will turn around, open the file cabinet to show the big safe, open it, and then pull out the false bottom to let you down. Haven. And they'll let you go first. They'll let you guys go first.
Oh, so nice of
I'll
them.
go in.
Yeah, I'll follow after.
Nothing has changed down there. And as
Mm.
as the last of you goes down, Otis is the first one down. And he comes over as the rest of them are coming down. He goes over to the far wall, and you see kind of he looks at the three of you for a second, looks back at the wall, and see him pull out one of the sleeves of a record, and he puts down a jazz befitting the mood that's kind of hanging in the
Mhm.
stands by it and walks in. Coulson grabs a notebook, opens it to a clean page and pocket. All right. So, what new details do we have, Mr. Wood? Right, Parker?
So the message wasn't on a note. It was carved into her open rib cage. And the message, and I recite the message to him again. I don't remember it off
Yeah,
the whole thing off the top of my head.
I get it.
But I
Yeah.
do say that it was signed by the Baron, if I remember correctly, right? It was signed by the Baron.
Signed
Yeah, it
the
was
Baron.
the Baron.
Additionally, I did my cop thing and looked around a little bit, and it looks like this wasn't just as Erikson said, this wasn't just one person. Um, seems like there was a she put up a fight. Um, but oddly enough, there was multiple bite wounds on her body. Didn't match and weren't licked clean.
He looks over
Um,
at the gathered, and you see that Dimitri's kind of like sitting at the stairway that leads up. Manny is sitting on the couch with one leg thrown over the armrest, half paying attention, half kind of looking at Otis and looking back at Dimitri and saying the lay of the land. Coulson is not broken eye contact with. He's written down everything given him. Um, Otis kind of looks over, walks over, and um, very gently kind of sits down your love seats. Mr. Coulson, preliminary thoughts. Coulson doodles something in the notebook, looks up. The first red flag that I see is you found the body. So that means that the bite wounds are for show. They're antagonized. Brains she was not gablerized, purposeful. Whoever wanted, given your clan's proclivity for certain disciplines, it seems almost a waste. But diablerie produces a pile of dust. So
Yep.
the verbiage of the message makes me feel like it's a red herring. But that's just me. My clan forced kings, herrings. I take most things. The cleanliness you've described of the scene also lets me know that this was not our run of the mill Inquisition node that seems to be residents here in the city. This is someone that had money, but they were going to fight. These are preliminary thoughts, of course. I have seen, barely saw the body before I destroyed it.
No, now you pissed him off.
Mm. So this is not something that this doesn't strike as something as a pattern. You haven't seen anything like this in your part of in your neck of the woods recently.
Not here. Most of the I believe I'm using colloquial reference correctly, but I think most of the fuckery has been contained proper. We've had to deal with things here on West Salem's and do not get us wrong. But our problem has been situation all in the Blue Pines. We deal more with that than injured problems. A few, but they exist.
I I look at Otis and I just say, what are the odds that our plans got to the, and I do air quotes, Prince, and he's doing this to draw the attention over to the only Baron we know of in the city. And I also air quote Baron.
Yeah, he looks at you for a second and goes, the issue with barons is that they all want the title. So although we understand that this might refer to Reynolds, every baron, a baron. Gangrel is a baron. Ventru, baron. He'd see that he had baron. Which one of them is the baron? Question.
Do I feel like he's I'm wanting to know based off the information he's giving and given what we've told him, since he's a person of a lot of information, I'm trying to gauge whether or not I can tell what he's saying is in earnest or if he's holding back something.
Yeah, let's have you make a wits and an insight check.
Wits and
You were a state
insight.
senator. You should have that. There's two.
I have 6.
4 regular, 2 hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll. Subterfuge.
Sure. Good to know. 6 and 10 on the hunger,
Okay.
and then I have 2 8s, 7, a 6, and a 2. So 5 successes. Sorry, 6 successes. No, 5. Yeah, sorry, 5. Forgive me.
Yep. Um, having been in a career of law, you have a pretty good read on people. You tend to know when someone is kind of not wiggling in their seat, but um, definitely trying to reshuffle the contents of their mind to better fit a Tetris puzzle that'll fit whatever story they're trying to tell you. Um, you don't feel like he's lying to you, but you definitely feel like he is um, holding on to something. Given the few interactions you've had with Otis before, um, he is notoriously hard to read. Keeps a lot of things close to the vest. But this is one of the few times where you're just like, if you had extra money, you'd happily wager that there is not 100% funneled in your.
Mhm. I walk up to Otis. I understand that this doesn't affect you. I get that you must have a lot more weighing on your mind as from what we saw when you first came in. Totally understandable, given the situation that you're having to deal with here. Um, but I just fucking lost my sire, and we described to you how she was found. And given the information that we're giving you, that we provided, I feel that we've been more than open with you. And I understand that you may still have some transgressions with trusting me in particular, which I fully understand. However, given with my coterie, and I look over at Andreas and I look over at Melvin, I go, I would hope that being around this lot in our group as a whole would have some merit of trust between us. I haven't given you for as for for as impulsive as I am. I haven't given you any reason to doubt that I would do anything uh, malicious against you or your coterie. And I say in my head, yet.
Uh,
But uh, but I'm just asking for you this one time. If you have any information that could be related to this, it would help not only for, and if I have to take this on my own, I understand, and I'll be able to do my investigation, but out of, you know, our relationship, I would hope I would get at least the information that you know.
so the issue I have is I have heard things fire. There's pieces of information that have been made known to me that I am waiting to lay out. I seem like I am withholding from not because I don't trust you. It is because I want to stay out first.
Shouldn't trust him. He doesn't stay quiet. No, I don't say that for him.
Don't trust him. Danger,
Yes,
danger.
Yeah.
danger, Will Robinson. Because if I give you information that turns out to become useless, then we're all wasting time and energy chasing a racetrack rabbit loop. Never gonna get it.
You know, I play this stuff out. I
I can
Don't get me
assure you,
wrong.
I can assure you, I am not Hyde. I don't have a need. You want to use you guys have shown me nothing but the fact that you are willing to lay down your lives for each. Like, I'm asking you to have a little faith.
Faith. Faith. I start doing that. Faith. Oh. Oh man.
Manny kind of stands up and walks over behind Otis and goes, "It's all part of the plan, Poppy.
Hmm.
There are
I don't even
bigger,
look.
there are bigger cogs, turning and grinding in the space above."
Well, I kind of step forward. I go,
Hmm.
for the sake of full disclosure, I just wanted to make you aware of this. We did meet um, with the other group, um, and
I would hope that the kindred of my with each other.
oh yeah, uh, that would be ideal for everybody. But we know that's not the case, at least until now, at least for right now. But we've come to an agreement of mutually beneficial agreement, um, and it looks like they're going to be helping us out from the inside. And I'm air quoting a lot today, but I air quoted in. Um, they're gonna be working their angles, and we're gonna work ours, and we're gonna work together.
Okay. Did they also share with you their what's a good word? And he goes, their demands? What is no. Demands is violent. Share with you their desires, recompensation, if and when.
That was never that afterthought was or after portion of it was never discussed. We kept it as in a, I would say, information sharing session. Um,
Ivory did not set you up to try to butter me up.
oh really?
Hmm.
I guess we're cut from a little bit more of a different cloth than I thought, because once I found out who killed my sire, all I could think about was revenge. She's thinking about power.
He is Toreador.
Won't hold that against her. I think
Yes, they
I think
do.
um she's smart from what I gauged from my conversations. I and I look at Manny and I just say, yes, it seemed, based on what you're saying, it seems like it was a demand of some sort for the compensation, but she seems like she might be the type that you do want to have in that position.
Otis gets up and goes to his desk, pull out a little Rolodex, and he flips through it, grabs a notepad, writes down something, tears it off, shuffles the Rolodex and puts it in the drawer, comes over and he hands the notepad paper.
Hmm.
It has address, a phone number, and the name The Wicked and the Vine. Underneath it, it says Yvette Moore. I want you to do me a favor then, Melvin.
I grab the
You,
paper.
as you've met with Ivory Larson, I want you to meet with Yvette Morrison. I want you to tell me who you would want in charge of Toreador.
You trust me with that? I told you I'm all in.
That's why I trust you with this.
Oh,
If I didn't trust
I look at you
you
guys.
and the rest of your coterie, and he locks on Erikson, I would find much more menial tasks for all of you to do. Have a lupine running. Sure that, given the circumstances, it would be an interesting way to blow off some steam.
According, and at least you've got the Marauder taken care of, according to Miss Larson and the rest of the coterie. Their coterie.
He's on
I don't know if
a
they mentioned that to you.
wild goose chase.
Yeah, and who knows why that lupine's on the loose.
Yeah, it could be for any reason, really.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious. We can take care of this right away. But I look over at Dimitri. I'm like, just curious if there's been any steps forward in that request I had from you.
He looks at you, and you see him kind of like it's back. You have to remind me what request was this?
Oh, where the piece of shit that killed my daughter is,
Oh yes,
and his two
yes.
goons.
I have been working on that. I have unfortunately come into a situation. It seems that there is a rogue element in the city making things difficult. Calls himself the Plague Doctor.
Plague Doctor.
Like, hold up. Wait a minute. Bring out my book.
Is this the one responsible for the Thin Bloods?
It could be, but he is not working. They are not working alone. I do not know but it is
Somebody
definitely
stupid enough
kindred.
to somebody stupid enough to make an army of Thin Bloods and mess with my family would put a stupid name like that to try to sound cool.
It is pretty stupid name, but he has the whole getup. Like he wears the mask with the big long hook nose. Pretty creepy.
Masks are for cowards.
And I look
I
back
get
at
more
Melvin.
in.
Yeah, I look back at Melvin. I'm like,
Yeah, even
okay.
even Manny has like his head tilted a little bit
Remember, I don't wear a mask anymore. I
anymore.
took it off and I don't wear it
Anymore.
Yeah,
anymore.
anymore.
I was I was a coward.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
looking at,
evolved.
I'm looking,
Okay.
looking at you like, okay,
Was
I
operative
see you
word
there.
there?
I see you there.
Scene two.
Oh, I got my big boy pants on. After my daughter, the big boy pants came out.
Big boy pants. Yeah, you get 3 dots and fortitude, and all of a sudden, big boy pants come on.
Where did you see this? Where was the last that you've heard that this plague doctor was around?
I was following lead over in North Salem proper. It is close to Kaiser, but not in the area. Um, it wasn't too far out, but it was around. Uh, he says Market Street, and I would say between 21st and Capital, around there. There is taco shop. I remember that because of smell. And you hear little kind of screeching noises from his trash panda. Goes, yes, yes. It was also very delightful for my friend here. Just scratches the back of his head.
One other thing I wanted to mention. I mean, Will, I don't remember the exact name of them, so refresh my memory.
Or talking
Um,
about the
but
trio.
it seems like Werner Hertz, huh?
Talking about the trio, or
No, the biker gang,
the
the
Devil's
Devil's
Disciples.
Disciples.
Hmm?
Okay, I thought it was that, but I was like, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Seems like Werner Hertzfeld has procured himself his own and I start saying I go MC when I look at
Hmm.
when I look at Andreas. I go motorcycle club, um, and they've been coming after our friend here, and they interrupted the they interrupted his meeting with them prior to us arriving.
That explains all the assholes on motorcycles. Doesn't come included, of course.
I resemble that remark.
I like that. So, um, if you can if you folks can keep your ears to the ground there, and if you hear anything about Warner's whereabouts,
And
let us
he
know. We need a little payback.
looks over at Manny. Is that gonna be an issue for you? And he goes, boss, the amount of times that I've wanted to requisition a motorcycle from you, too many to count. I run out of fingers already. But if you want me to get on a motorcycle and look devilishly handsome while I hunt down some assholes, I'm more than happy to do this for you, Hefe. You have Manny's support.
Um, Perfect. And then the
He needs a motorcycle. He can get one off the souls.
last thing that I need from you as well is I think Tulip needs to reach out to her daughter
And
because
Manny
I
steps
think
forward.
she needs.
Hey, that's a thing that I had to discuss with her.
Okay,
Tulip is not right having conversations right now.
did something else happen?
No.
Well,
If you need, I walk like I take a step closer to Manny and I say, if Tulip needs anything, you let me know.
No, I will, baby.
And I kind of like keep the stare for a bit,
Yep.
and like
Yeah,
I'm serious about
he just looks at you. He's like,
that. Okay.
so
Is there
nice.
anything else, gentlemen?
No.
Uh,
Yeah, Erikson didn't say like anything important during the meeting, so we don't have to talk about that.
what am I? I'm trying to remember what I'm missing.
a gag.
Yeah, a gag. No, I think the only thing I would ask is if you have any information, once you do have that information on who did this, at least, I that with regards to Barrister, by all means, I want you to reach out to me over at, and I believe we're at the last time I told everybody, I believe I was saying just to reach out through
The albatross.
through the albatross.
I guarantee you, Mr. Wood, that Manny will ensure that you are the first to know anything and everything that has to do with Elizabeth's murder.
Thanks. Oh,
And going over to Manny, pulling out a piece of paper, scribbling it down real quick where he can find some of the motorcycles in the local area, so you at least look good while you're doing this.
Yeah, he grabs it and he gives you a hug. Good looking out, my friend. Can't
Enjoy.
wait to be a handsome devil.
I can't have you riding on some V-twin rice rocket around this town. This is not
No, you're correct. You're correct. This is gonna be so mobile. Gonna see so much of me, guys.
Erikson's excited for that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not even. I'm just like at this point. I'm just like, yeah, okay. I'm not even. I almost retched. If I could, I hold back a retch when he goes ahead and hugs Eric, like when he hugs Andreas,
Yeah.
only because I'm just like, this is not at all what I want at this moment.
This is not what I asked for Christmas.
This is not what I asked for. This is not what I asked for. I'm asking for justice.
But now he thinks nice things about me. So when I put the gun to the back of his head later, he didn't know it was coming. You don't know.
Broke my heart, Fredo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dimitri
So I thank
moved out
him.
of the way.
I go and I shake Otis's hand. Or I extend my hand out.
Yeah, he stands up and he shakes all your hands.
Well, and when he grabs my hand, I just kind of look at him and I just say, maybe slow up on the politics tonight. And I smirk.
He looks down at your hand in his, and he steps into you. He goes, "Problem is keeping track of all the favors."
Dun, dun, dun.
Well,
But he goes back behind the desk and he says, "Be safe out there, gentlemen. From what I've heard, Chicago has seen its fair share of action, and given what we've been dealing with out here, I
Chicago way.
hope that we don't follow suit."
Police
Politely,
action that we don't start.
yeah.
And I like winked.
The lighter in my pocket. Just turn it on real quick. Shut it off. Just as we walk off, I'm like, yeah, this is. Did I hear? He only said this. He only said that part to Melvin, right? We weren't
Which
able to
one?
hear that.
Which part?
All the favors that I'm losing track of all the favors.
Yeah, keeping track of all the favors was just said to him, but the Chicago stuff was said out loud to everybody.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, no.
We have the rest of the night open, and if there's nothing else, we can jump a week.
Well, I would like to talk to Yvette Morrison I guess within that week.
It'll take time to
Schedule.
fix schedules, to align schedules.
And actually, I want, if you don't mind, Melvin, during that time, I would actually like to go with you to see Yvette Morrison.
I thought you all were going to go with me to see Yvette Morrison.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's made it sound like you were just going by yourself.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, during the week, if you want to get to anything, I know that Erikson wanted to talk to Sam. He's available at the Albatross. But during the week, all of you can go down to Hunger 1 and you can refresh your willpowers.
Yay.
Yay.
I am a benevolent.
Oh yeah. In other words, get ready for whatever's about to happen.
Yeah.
But during the week, you head over to the Albatross. Are you taking the boys with you, or is this a one-man show?
No, I'm gonna take him with me.
No, I'm talking to him.
Oh,
Erikson wants to meet with Sam.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, Sam and who? If they were able to bring another Brujah.
The only other Brujah in the only other Brujah in the city is Harvey Green, the sheriff for Salem.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be Sam, Harvey, and Marcus.
I mean, to be honest, even though this is all, I would say to you guys, I understand if you don't want to go into clan matters, considering what what we're going to talk about. However, given the fact that I kind of go off the rails every so often and tend to forget things, and just I would appreciate some assistance there in that sense.
Well, no problem. Just start with fashion. I look more like a Brujah than you do.
Shake my head. I shake my head.
I'm like, wait, I got it.
Angry. Ooh.
Look how fast I punched him.
Look how mad I get at just the most inconvenient things.
Oh no!
I forgot sprinkles on my ice cream.
10 people murdered.
That's how you do it. That's how you play Brujah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man. But yeah, I just wanted to get that meeting. It's just really that meeting for nothing else is just to one, find out how much everybody knows, given that, and give them the information that I found out, that we found out, which is that they're looking at that someone is gunning for our clan.
Okay, so yeah, so you meet up at the Albatross. Marcus will give you access to the basement office. So Sam and Harvey will be there. Harvey is giving both of you kind of a wide berth to get there. And you descend the stairs. He kind of looks up at you. Mr. Wood, I gotta say that I'm pretty surprised at your invitation to this little shindig. Last I heard, you boys were siding with Otis.
Oh my god, what is up? What is with all these rumors? I'm just look.
And even Sam is like, don't bullshit him. Told him.
No, okay.
Wait, sorry,
And-
I missed
well,
it.
in
Are
that
we all with him, or is it just you two?
Yeah, I
Oh,
volunteered.
I gave you guys the opportunity to come.
Okay. I'm not leaving you alone. I don't trust you with all the information. I need to know what problems we're gonna have to deal with in the future.
I keep telling him bullshit to prevent this.
Yeah,
I've just
there's a
started telling
shipment
you.
that's coming in from the other side of town.
It's just like Michael Scott in the office room. You just give me random
Yeah.
rumors that I think is true, and I just keep spewing them out so that they don't believe me.
Mhm.
There's a werebear at the Bucky's.
Buggies is dangerous this time of year.
Tell everyone a different lie, and the secret that gets out, you know who fucking said it.
Correct. Correct. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Playing 4-dimensional chess right here.
Yeah.
Look, Sheriff. Honestly, we can go back and forth regarding what's been going on in this city in terms of Otis, in terms of us, but really, this is more of the fact that you're a Brujah than anything. I don't know if you all know, but my sire, Elizabeth Barrister, is no longer with us.
You see that
Are we in her office, or is he just saying this like in the middle of the
In the
street?
office?
Right
No,
now?
you're downstairs in the office.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sam.
Hey, by the way, I need a megaphone. Everybody,
Everybody,
that's over on this side.
I'm a
everybody, if you didn't know,
vampire.
this is my secret.
You know
I'm a
this thing. We call
vampire.
this the masquerade. However, this is totally not what it's about.
No.
Everybody, stand close, please.
Yeah, everybody has like those beautiful Italian masquerade ball masks for the masquerade, and Erikson's walking around with like a little paper bag that he cut out from the back of a cereal box
With holes for the fangs.
This is my mask.
Yeah.
It's very, very Deadpool. Very
yeah.
Deadpool. I like it.
Sam falls into the seat, and you can see that it hits her hard. Harvey just kind of shrugs at it. Sorry for your loss. It's just I didn't know her personally, but one less Brujah, definitely weaker across the board. You know who did it?
So when I found her, or forgive me, when we found her, pointing at us, she was left to be found essentially just mutilated, written into her. Okay, written into her rib cage. Uh, essentially was saying that our clan needs to be ridden of, and that person that goes by the Baron, very vague, is the one that did this, or at least says they've done it. Did I get that right? And I look over at them and I go, "Did I get that right?"
Yeah, you forgot the part about it being multiple people
You
Um,
know, points for
and
effort.
the bite marks and the bite marks.
Yeah, well, yeah. Uh,
he looks at you and he's just like, I mean, the only Baron, the Baron that I can think of is Reynolds.
yeah,
Well, he wanting to rule the city.
yeah. As Melvin, uh, chimed in a little bit. There's multiple bite marks that were left on purpose, different sizes, different parts of the body. Um,
Fed from.
yeah, but they
Wasn't
left the body.
diablerized.
You,
Nope.
They left
yep.
her there.
They left her there to be found.
Chest ripped open with the message carved onto her rib cage.
It looks to be based on where she was at, that there was a fight, that there was several people, and the blood found not only was not only of kin but also of mortal as well. So,
But no bodies
but no
were left
bodies.
seen except hers.
Fiend. This was
If it's
somebody
any,
that knew what they were doing, knew the message.
absolutely.
I give him the address. Um, this is actually in a complex. This is actually a complex that uh, Barrister owned
He looks at it
and
and he
ran.
looks up at you. Am I gonna be okay to go check this out? This is across the river.
I mean, if you need accompaniment, I have no problem going there with you.
But prefer it given the praxis. I don't want my presence there to be seen as a show of aggression.
Uh, given my reputation, maybe me being there won't be showing anything different, but should be fine.
Sam gets up at going to.
When Harvey when the sheriff says that, I kind of look at him and I just say, despite whatever sides anybody's on or not on, you've earned a level of respect that you should be safe. But I'll go there too. I'll go with you guys as well if you need me.
I'd rather err on the side of caution, given that I used to think I knew people. Very clearly don't. Look straight at Mel.
Damn, throwing shade.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Were
As
you
soon
were you
as
guys not playing Vampire the Masquerade?
yeah, yeah. I look right back at him and I go, as soon as I finally took the mask off and saw the world for what it was, I grew up. I'm hoping other people will eventually come around to the same. And I look right at him.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
Are we taking one car or are we taking multiple cars?
Uh, probably best.
I'll
Go ahead.
tell you, Erikson. I go, if you want, you can ride with them, and I'll take your car
Yeah.
with Andreas.
That probably would be best, considering if things happen to go south, we at least have two ways to get out instead of one.
And Before we start going out, I look at Sam. I go, I've been through the same thing you are recently, right now, and if it's any consolation to you, it looks like she put up a hell of a fight.
Hope so. I was the one that taught her how to fight.
Remind me not to get on your bad side. And I kind of smirk at her, and I just turn around and I kind of get my hat and I just go, Sam, sheriff, and I and I turn around and walk out.
And you go upstairs. Harvey doesn't have a nice car, but he does have a comfortable car.
Mhm.
You get in. Uh, Sam obviously takes the shotgun position.
Yeah.
She does open the back door for you. You drive over there. You guys meet up at the apartment complex.
While we're driving over there, I'm just gonna be talking to Sam,
Yeah.
at least just whether or not she wants to respond to me. Um, Sam, look, I know we've gone through a lot of shit. I know that you and me have not had the best of relationship. Um,
Brujah.
I I know that you saved my skin and I've saved yours on occasion on an occasion. I want to just tell you that whoever did this, doesn't matter whether it's whether it's every Baron, they will get what they deserve at the end of this. I promise you that. And I say it out loud in front of Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah, in front of the sheriff.
And he kind of pulls himself up for like straight up position. He goes, "Look, if somebody's targeting the clan, I gotta let you know that even if I am representative of the tower and if I work for what people call uh, an upright piece of shit,
Your words, not mine.
I still am going to spend our ability where to lead this existence has been given to us, whether it's been a blessing or a curse, or a mixture of both. Maybe
You
on
know,
the opposite side would,
mm,
but if this is something that's targeting us specifically because of what forced on us, so you have nothing to worry about from me.
I appreciate those words, those sentiments, that sentiment that you gave. Well, I will say this. I will say this, Sheriff. Um, I believe at the end of all of this, these lines that you believe that we have, that has divided us, will probably be blurred. I have that feeling, but for now, I just want to know what's the next step that we need to take to find these people.
Getcha. And as you pull up to the apartment building, you'll see that Melvin has pull up with you.
None the worse for wear.
Do you two want to talk about anything on the drive?
And he's fucking it up.
Erikson needs to man the fuck up, bro. I lost my sire. No
Yeah.
shit, so did I, bro. Fine. Jesus.
I mean, they see him cry in his fucking makeshift coffin.
Yep.
Mhm.
I I just kind of tell Andreas, that I fear I kind of fear where this is going in the sense of I realize there's some things I'm gonna have to do that I've never really done before. And I'm concerned because I don't feel as bad about it as I thought I would.
I put my hand on his leg, nor should you.
Oh, that's you guys are just
Basically
when each
after the
other's gone.
it was
Ooh.
basically after the Harvey Green comment, just kind of
Yeah.
like I'm a different man from when I started. Came
Yeah,
to Salem.
but does everybody need to know that? Just because you took the mask off, wear your heart on your sleeve for everything? It's going to be a long eternity, buddy. I've only been around maybe, 30 years longer than you, if not even. No, is he older than, Will, is he older than me?
I
That's a
I
good
I got
question. I
turned in
think you guys are
30.
close.
No, he's
Yeah, I
okay.
got turned
He's
in like 32 at like I think I was like in my 30s and I got turned in the mid 30s, I
okay, so
believe.
yeah, no, you're actually a little bit before me, but then this will just turn into advice from my sire. Well,
Actually,
Bartley,
no. Andreas is older by a year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because
oh,
Andreas died in 43. Melvin died in 44.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh no shit. All right. Well, either way, this still
Yeah.
has to be advice from my sire because we got a year difference between us.
Yeah.
Dude, when you get to be my age, it'll
Mm.
be a year.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, but my sire told me it was if you harbor all this anger out, if you harbor all the anger out front now, there's nothing to save for later, and there's no way to get your enemies. You're going to end up burnt to the crisp in the sun. So what if you have to do something new that you haven't done before? Maybe you live with it, maybe you don't. Maybe this is just the fatalism that's been brought on by my clan at this point, but most days I don't think I'm going to make it till the following morning. That's fatalism. Fatalism is freeing, but shackle at the same time. I'm trying to
I
sound
don't know what's
really.
gonna happen. That and I look at you, I'm like, we have to have these talks more often. I didn't realize how deep you actually were.
I'm an unrepentant. I'm an unrepentant enabler. So anytime you're looking for the better opinion, I'm probably not the one to ask.
100%.
look at us being outside our boxes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Character
And
growth.
I kind of just keep it at that, and I'm quiet the rest of the drive.
All right,
Hmm.
man. When you show up to the apartment, you will see that the door is ajar. You can hear movement inside, and from the little bit that you can see into the apartment, it looks clean.
Like, what do you mean by clean? Is it no one's in there, or
As in, no, the blood is gone. The holes in the wall have been repaired, um, and there's electricity, so you can see the lights are on.
I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna click on the first level of Protean so I can actually just see in the dark without having to draw any attention to us. If we heard somebody, I don't even know like how much we need to be sneaking. But if you said we heard somebody inside and the place looks cleaned.
Yeah, the place looks cleaned. The front area, the lights are off, but there's a light coming from the hallway and from where the bedroom is.
Wait, and we heard that there was movement inside. You said, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Oh, I immediately run to. Yep, I'm running
Poof-ta-da!
in.
Brujah gonna brew, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You rush in, you go down the hallway, and you see that standing in the doorway to the bedroom, just kind of finishing up some stuff, is John Colson. And as you rush into the apartment, he turns around and you see that he's about to roll up his sleeve and he sees you and he says, "Ah, well, not much for that then."
Are you cleaning this scene right now?
Not physically, but I'm going over the room to make sure that everything is destroyed that needs to be destroyed.
Uh, so this was, and I'm pointing back out. So you just removed everything that was out there once we walked into the door.
No, this has taken a few nights. But now that you're here, you saved me the trouble of having to send Mr. Garza to find you. Is the rest of your coterie with you?
Um,
I wasn't.
This is when you see Sheriff Green and Sam kind of
yeah.
step in behind you. Oh,
And I pull out popcorn from a mysterious place and I just start eating it.
and you see where John Coulson was unfolding the folding that he was doing for his sleeves. He stops and he starts to refold them up his sleeve very slowly, not aggressively.
I'm not rushing up the stairs, so just let me know when I get up there.
Oh, you can walk in whenever you want.
Okay. I'll walk up. If I see the sleeves roll up, I'm like, oh, oh. And I step in the middle and I go, there's no need for that here. Everybody's civil, correct?
I would like to hope so, but there is a prominent figure of the tower in very clearly King's domain.
He's with me.
Erikson, yeah. I was gonna throw you under the bus, but that's fine. You can do
Yeah.
it yourself.
Yeah. He's with me.
Like I was like, he said it. He told him.
Right. Is the information I found privy to all ears then? It could change the way certain people react to each other.
I look at Erikson. I have my hand still up, and I look at Erikson. I go, well, because Harvey's also a Bruja, right?
Harvey Green
Yeah.
is a Bruja.
So
Yeah.
I go, it's clan business, so that's your call.
Does this have to? I look at Coulson. I'm like, does this have to? Is this information regarding our clan that could be affecting our
It-
clan, or is this
It's
something that's?
information that pertains to the death of Elizabeth Barrister. It's definitely information that has piqued interest in this case.
Yeah, guys. I look over at Andreas and Melvin. Yeah, if you guys can just step outside real quick.
No, fuck us apparently.
Yeah, sure.
Not who I was expecting to kick out.
Yeah.
And I walk downstairs.
Well, actually, no. You're right. You're right.
No,
No, no, no, no, no.
I'm
I'm
downstairs.
actually.
I'm
No,
in the car.
we're doing that scene. We are not going that far.
I start walking down the stairs, obfuscate.
Yeah, because you could easily just come right back in.
Make a Rouse,
Easily
make a
come
Rouse
right back-
check if you want to use unseen passage.
Likewise.
do.
You know
I
where
haven't
your beast
seen-
is at. Okay.
No, my beast was at a 1 now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know where your beast is at mentally. So if you want to,
Oh, I
if you
know.
want
Oh,
a chance rousing, please.
Well, he already did. He got it.
I got a 10 on my rouse.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
So both of you, go outside. You turn away from each other. You make sure nobody's looking, and then when you turn back around, you don't see each other.
You
I
know
like
what?
to picture this
In fact,
just walking down the
Erikson-
stairs. We both look at each other like fuck that guy, and we go invisible. We look away, just go
Yeah.
invisible.
I will say this, Erikson. I half expected you guys would do this anyway, so it's fine. So it's fine. You guys disappear on me all the goddamn time, so it's fine. It's just
Sometimes a coterie needs nonverbal actualization.
Yeah, 300 years from now, you're going to be waking up from torpor, talking to shadows, laughing at yourself, thinking we're still there.
This was a fun night, right, Andreas? And there's just like quiet.
Yeah,
Tumbleweed rolls by.
classic.
Classic Andreas just ignoring me entirely. Goes about his business. So you guys obfuscate, you come back to hear the kind of tail end of John Coulson just being like, I'm very surprised. I did not expect you to I expected different elements to be in the room. Gave you this information, Mr. Wood, but if you recall, this is where the bed sat. And he kind of motions with his hand the box of the bed. A thing that was of keen interest to myself is this, and he kneels down, and you see him pull out a pocket knife. He pricks his thumb, that a little bead of blood pops out, and the moment it does, he scrapes up with the thumb to catch it, and he will lick the wound close. And then, as he rubs the blood on the floor, you see it immediately combust into like a greenish blue flame as he smears it across the floor, and the flame eats up the blood.
Have I ever seen anything like this before?
No, you guys have never, until you were dealing with that Tremere bullshit that you had to deal with when you were brought
Mm-hmm.
together. Like, you have not seen magic shit.
All right. Since I'm probably about right next to Melvin, feel around for him till I can grab his hand and actually just like spell out on his palm, like, what the fuck?
Creating our own language, just using silent, invisible sign language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helen Keller over here.
Draw a
Uh-huh.
question mark.
Thank you. You know where I got it from.
20 years of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Think I'm not gonna know where you're coming from?
Well,
Apple.
So, sorcery is what you're showing me right now.
Not just sorcery. Would this is not our sorcery. The only time that I saw this person was about 3 years ago, shortly after we were brought together by Miss Birmingham, by Prince Birmingham. And we had a rogue Mitzi that tried to portray the power. Otis, self, and Manny and Dimitri, we were tasked with bringing him to justice and trying to find the end goal. It was rather a difficult hunt, to say the least. The Semitian question had less of what the clan is known for, as far as flesh crafting is concerned, and was more of an old school train of thought. This was a Zemitzi that rivaled stories of Vlad Tepes and old barons. Pennsylvania. This was a Khaldun.
I have to be, they can't see
I'm
it
just,
anyway.
my character, like Erikson's, like, that sounds very menacing.
Harvey and Sam both look at each other. They look at you, and then they look back at Coulson. And Harvey's like, what exactly this? Treat us like we're not Premier who have books about things like this and different words that will do. And Coulson just kind of looks down for a moment. Sometimes love to not be Luddites, but Khalduns are blood sorcerers of older origin than even Clan Tremere. They mastered elements: fire, water, earth, air, kind of elements that leave telltale signs for those of us that are familiar with that kind of thing. Given that the Semitsi and the Tremere fought long and arduous wars in the Middle Ages, we've learned a thing or two, passed down those we trust, kind of information. Um, this is how they overtook Sire, as far as I can believe. And if there's a Khaldun in the city, I think you would be best suited to go looking for Sasha Vikos. You might be the only one that knows a Khaldun, first place, but which Khaldun might city. And to be honest with you, I believe they might have brought the cult with them.
As he's saying this, I look over at Harvey just to see his reaction through all this.
This is Harvey. He has a face as if somebody has just told him a Japanese mythology, but has kept all of the names in their Japanese form.
Oh, so he has no idea of what
He's
he's saying.
lost. He,
That's actually, I'm actually happy that he's lost. that's maybe I don't have to explain. Well, what about Sam?
Sam is more lost than he.
Okay.
Sam is like leaned into him, and he's just like, "You're gonna translate something, right? Like you know what's going on." And he's like, "I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuck he said." He said magic. He said Tremere. He said Samit. That's all I got.
I look over at them. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what I gathered as well. Then I look back, trying to hold my face together.
We're in accordance then.
Um,
Don't show him that we don't know what the fuck is going on.
yeah, of course.
Sam just kind of
So,
like stands up straight. She's like, yeah, of course. I'll doing shit.
was there anything else besides this obvious? Besides this piece, was there any? Considering that we thought there was multiple bites, there was
Oh,
multiple people here.
there's telltale signs if you are skilled enough with one of the disciplines. And he smiles as he looks at you. He goes, there's one that I would highly recommend start to invest in. Kind of looks past you, locks eyes with Elvin and with Andreas. Uh, but he goes, there's telltale signs. If you really look, there are definitely at least 4 people here. The Khaldun and 3 other kindred. But there was easily 6 or 7 humans with them. High-powered assault rifles as well. But these were people who were prepared for what we are and what we can.
Yeah, that leaves have an uneasy, get an uneasy pit in my stomach for a moment there because I know I have an idea of who that group could be. So what you're telling me is that, uh, so what you're saying is that there is kindred along with mortals working together in this, is what you're telling me?
Oh, easy to assume someone with Khaldunic abilities. Way a small group undertake a task. Halt. They were prepared for that kind of thing. So if I were you, I would start looking to see if there's any persons that are associated with the police department, sheriffs, in the neighboring areas. I would not be stupid enough to take from Salem, Salem Force or West Salem Sheriff's Office. I would look around the neighboring cities, Portland, but this is someone who has the resources and wherewithal to those resources. Extreme ability.
Okay. Was there, besides this evidence, was there any physical evidence, anything that may have been left by somebody?
Clean the place out.
Right now, you're just finishing up in here and you're done for the night.
Yes, I was I was destroying the Khaldunic ward that existed here before I got here. Everything everything that happened here has already been reported to whatever nefarious kindred did this in the.
I
So they know that you know what happened. By my
uh,
appearance here, they know that you at least reached out to Otis.
I appreciate the information that you've given me, and if I ever need anything else from you regarding this, I know where to find you, and I do thank you for this time.
Of course.
I start walking down.
Valued members of Otis's court looks dead at Harvey Green.
And I look over at Harvey. I'm just like, I think this is all I think this is everything that we're gonna get out of this area.
And he just looks at you. He's like, "Good, because the faster we get the fuck out of here, the more comfortable I'll be."
I unobfuscate when I get down back outside in the front lawn.
Come.
Lean on the car. Just,
Man, you guys were gone so long. What could you have possibly talked about?
God, it took forever. I thought you guys were gonna kill each other too. More blood.
What was going on? You guys having an orgy?
Yes.
Uh, Har Sheriff, I appreciate you coming through and seeing all this, and I'm gonna take what little information I could have figured out from what he said and see what comes up with this Khaldun, whatever he's
You're
talking about. Um, if I do ever find anything, I know where to reach you.
gonna
Uh,
follow that angle, then I'll start asking around about these persons that are attached to cities.
no, you can reach out to me over at the Albatross, and I know where to reach you if I have any questions.
And Sam kind of punches your shoulder. You know you're gonna have to start paying me if you want me to be your fucking secretary.
Uh, I'll never. You know what, eh, Sam? The next time I see you, my hand will be outreached with money for sure.
Fucking hope so.
You know even though you don't see it this way, thank you for that levity.
As she smiles, puts her hand on your shoulder, you see through the closed bathroom door, the face of your ghoul apparates, like it starts to push through the Shadowlands zero plane. As far as you're concerned, shows herself to you, and the
Well,
room
and
gets cold.
from the bathroom that's there, um, Sam, I'm gonna go. I just gotta check something real quick, but I'll make sure to see you back at the Albatross, right?
Yeah, I mean you drove us here. You got to take us back.
No, of course. Just just give me a moment. Uh, so I go back. So I go to that area, to that bathroom.
That she's just there, like in the doorway when you open it.
Is there anything that I know you must have overheard all that? Uh, is there anything that he was missing?
Turns to look past you, turn around to see what she's looking at. See Colson standing behind you, and his eyes have gone completely black. Goes, oh, I didn't even think to look into the Shadowlands.
Yeah.
They have
Uh,
a connection to you.
um, this is actually a strange surprise because she's my former ghoul. Uh,
Hmm. You want me to
that's
get
all I
rid of
say.
her?
No, I appreciate it if you wouldn't. This actually, for as morbid as this sounds, gives me calm to see her again. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
From the little bit that I've read, I warn you that they're kind of aggressive. Careful.
I nod. I pat him on the shoulder as I walk back outside.
Once everybody's outside, goes and waits for Andreas to walk past him. You hear him making an about the door and how it took him a few moments to try to like unlock it and how he's gonna get a locksmith in and take a look at it. He opens it all the way, lets this kind of come out, and everybody's out of the apartment, closes it, fiddling with the key. Performance, very much of a performance. But you see that in Melvin is by the car,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't see Andreas.
So, where's the other one?
I like look back and like, oh, me. You're talking to me
Oh,
now.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
I'm looking dead at you. I'm looking dead at you, bastard.
no,
Olson has left, and Green and Sam are by his car.
I make a show of coming back from around the corner like I was taking a piss.
oh,
Oh,
like,
there he is.
wait, you were asking me, or did you want to ask the sheriff and Sam? I don't know if you were confused.
Well, I only see one of you. Where is the
I point to Andreas.
boom? And here he appears. Sam, would you mind if the sheriff gives you a ride back to the Albatross?
We're good.
I go ahead and I hug her. Actually, very uncharacteristic of me.
Yeah, and even when you do, like, there's a moment like where her hands are by her side, and it takes like a good second for her to kind of bring one hand up
One over.
to your back.
Same, Sam. Same.
So, yep.
They leave.
I yeah. All right, guys. I have to ask. Did you do that disappearing act once again?
Yeah, I walked down the stairs when you told me to leave.
Yeah, we respect your privacy, and it was clan business, and of course we came back.
Yeah. So so you heard. Well, we get in the car. I'm not gonna say this outside. I'm gonna get in the car and say this.
Look at you getting smart.
Yeah, trying to. So you heard. I imagine. I don't know what the hell a Calhoun is. A Cahoon or Calhoun. Some. But
Seems like you don't know what English is either.
Yeah.
I don't think that was English though. It was Cold Dune, but I got no idea.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I know. I don't think I do.
Yeah. But Colson's linking the information on that to Sasha Vico. So this is getting pretty. This is actually getting a lot crazier than I thought it was going to be.
Well, you do have a favor. So if you need to find out the information for that person, the source is probably the ideal person to do it.
And favor. I love that word. And I actually go into my jacket pocket to take out the actual favor the boon that I actually have for Bev Morrison.
You know, I like words too, like respect, friendship, and coterie. But you seem not to care about that up on the second floor,
Oh my god.
motherfucker. No,
Oh,
I'm-
I did not realize I wounded you with the amount of fortitude that you have.
eh, You got past my fortitude
It
into
was
my heart.
deep. It was deep.
So it cuts
It's an
deep.
aggravated wound.
Put an emotional
Yep.
stake in my heart.
Emotional damage
I'm
you can't
emotionally
have.
torn apart.
Yeah, I'm an emotional torpor right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you cared so much, but no,
I
but
don't.
I don't, but I
I
do.
don't. Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, I honestly think we need to accelerate this as much as possible because this is gonna get a lot worse.
I speed the car up.
yeah. The week passes by
We go
uneventfully.
faster.
You reach out to try and set something up with Sasha Vikos, but by the end of the week, you are is now Wednesday, the 28th of November, 1984. Pull up around 11 ish to what is the Wicked and the Vine. It is off of Bassett Street and Patterson. Uh, it is a two-story warehouse. It is amazing. You can smell different scents, meat that is cooked, chicken, seafood. There are a couple of kind of exhaust pipes up out of the roof that have this kind of constant trickling of this smoke that churns out. The first floor looks like a huge tasting room. There is this amazing bar that stretches the length of one of the walls of this big warehouse. Upstairs, the first thing you notice is that there is a false kind of roof. Um, so there is this triangular view plate, really, this sort of window for the upstairs patrons to look down, but it's mirrored above it. There's another triangular roof of that, so you kind of get this weird kind of double vision guy in the center. There's a bunch of tables, a couple of solitary, very much like two-person uh, dating like tables. There's a couple of larger, like for at least 4-6 group uh, tables, and then there's two long that extend out, form like some L almost, or walls. Then there is the massive corkscrew stairway that leads up to the floor. The whole first floor looks like a tasting floor. There's collections of wines. You can smell different bouquets of reds and whites. The bar itself does have a couple of taps, though. It looks like there's a section for beer, and then there's a section for mead. In between, you can see this beautiful lattice work of little pockets for where wine bottles are resting. But you are met by a young lady at the front, so kind of host hostess kind of podium.
Mhm.
When she checks your name, she goes, "Ah, of course. Morrison is waiting in one of our executive stairs. Let me show you the way." You walk past some people who are very much questioning how a ragtag like this does not look like a place that people frequent
Mm,
just to kind of like hang out. This is a thought out establishment, a place where like everybody is incredibly well dressed. You can smell the money in pockets.
mm,
So when you guys walk through, there is a very much upturned nose, but this is very different to This is like the opposite side of the coin to what you've experienced with Ivy Larson's The Dance Nocturne. Whereas that is inviting and welcoming of cultures, even with its upstairs area set to a more artistic vibe. A
Thank you. Sorry, I just got that. I was just listening to you.
you're welcome. Um, this place looks hoity-toity. Like Toreador and Venture would be comfortable here. Everybody else can go fuck themselves.
I think I would be
Part
the
of me,
most well dressed out of the three of us at this point.
Yeah.
part of me wants to activate Daunt and stare at people.
What do you want? What do you want? Do something. Break a wine bottle over your head.
Come at me, brah.
Sorry, that wine bottle's $1,000. I'll still break it. What do you want?
Yeah.
You think I got
What are
this
you
kind
gonna
of
do?
money?
What are you gonna do? Fuck up my credit?
But you're taken upstairs, and the upstairs portion is even more elaborate than the downstairs portion. Um, the rooms each have a theme associated with them, and so everything extends out from it. So each there's a Japanese styled room with the sliding rice paper door. There's an Egyptian themed room, Grecian slash Roman, like a Greco-Roman room. And you're taken to one of the far rooms that what you would imagine takes up the entirety, almost like the like where every room upstairs is an apartment. This looks like a penthouse. There is this beautiful French double doors that not only fold out, but it looks like they could fold two more times to open this beautifully elaborate crystalline archway that is curtained off. As you walk in, you see that there is a simple 6-person table, and sitting at one end is a woman who is stunning by all accounts. And at the opposite end of the table, you see 3 seats, one at the opposite end, and then 2 flanking it. But she stands up. She is statuesque, easily 6 feet, 6'1". Pale complexion, definitely has not activated Blush of Life. Has a spattering, like a very gentle toothbrush flake of freckles along the bridge of her nose, that are really only visible because of how pale she is. Her eyes look to be this light gray, almost hazel color with speckles of gold. Uh, Her hair is black. It is done up in these 2 braids that are braided together with ribbon. Create one single braid that comes her front around her right shoulder. She is wearing a 1980s business suit that looks to have been tailored to a dress. And so it's very, very much giving the feel of a boardroom, but it's a dress. So she has a jacket with the shoulder pads because it's, but the sleeves are rolled up. The jacket does not go all the way down, like it tapers back to what looks like a pianist's tails. But it's a single kind of point that they come down to. She has a vest that does not look like the times at all. It looks very anachronistic in that it almost feels like it's equal parts vest, equal parts corset. He has the white button up business shirt. The collar, though, has been completely removed, and there's just this collection of silver and gold necklaces, very thin kind of spaghetti necklaces that all bunch together at this beautiful sapphire that looks to be kind of wrapped in the necklaces, like it's a net that caught this thing from the ocean itself. This very essence of the ocean. Um, as the light catches it, it kind of has different shades of blue. Uh, but she comes over and she very curtly bows to the three of you. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. My name is Yvette Morrison. Please, have a seat. And as she motions to the 3 seats at the end of the table, I think this is a good point to call it for tonight.
Okay.
So, I want to
Erikson,
thank
I'm
you
gonna need you to
guys.
step outside so that I can have the meeting with her.
And then I will just
Meeting.
run through the door. And then I'll just run to the step out, run right through the door. What's going on, guys?
I need you with like potence to the skylight. Just
Soaring leap yourself the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to thank you
I will
guys
blink to the roof.
for continuing the game. I hope you guys are having a good time. I want to thank you guys, the audience. We couldn't be able to do this without you. So as always, please take care of yourselves. Remember that it is okay to not be okay. As we have been following certain heavy themes on the show recently, dealing with loss and whatnot. Just be aware that mental health is part of our general health, and if you feel like you need help, there are resources that you can reach out to. If you're watching live in the Twitch chat right now, their phone numbers going up. They'll be in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. But just know that there are people out there who are wanting to help you, and that are willing to help and are willing to listen to what you got to say, and try to give you avenues for how to deal with situation. If you're not in the United States, there's a link going up so you can find the resources closest to you. Because it's better when you're here than you have to move on without you. We are advocates of mental health. So we urge everybody to be kind. Being nice tends to be performative. Being kind tends to be genuine. So please step forward with more kindness. Go out about your lives. As always, Mondays are for Vampire the Masquerade here on the channel. Tuesdays are for either Legend of the Five Rings or Werewolf the Wild West. Tomorrow is Werewolf. You can catch me over at McStabber Studios on Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday, I'll be playing in their Dark Ages Chronicle. Friday, I will be running a Star Wars little mini season just to garner any interest in it being prolonged into a regular running series. And every other Thursday, we have 7th Sea. This Thursday, we are Dark, but we will see you next Thursday with our crew. One of the members is at this table. But as always, I also want to give you guys a chance to plug whatever you're doing. So let's start with you, Erikson. What do you got going on, and where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
Well, actually, funny enough, I know I said this last week, but the last time, but we just my band that I'm in is called Black Cat here in Miami, alternative rock band. We just released our first single over the weekend. It's called Black Cat.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You can find it on Spotify. We're trying to now push, our music more so that we can actually start playing shows coming up. Other than that, the most geeky thing that I'm waiting for is this coming weekend, which is the pre-release for Magic the Gathering, Lord of the Rings, Journey to Middle Earth. So I can't wait for that. It's 2 of my favorite fandoms in one.
Yeah.
Melded together.
Excellent.
If somehow the Simpsons can be put in there, that would be even better. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Andreas, what are you up to, and where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
People can't find me on the internet because I don't want to be found, and nothing to promote right now except just fingers crossed and hope that I'll be at the other end of the country at one point.
Just crossed.
Mhm.
All right, Melvin, what are you up to and where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
Uh, so basically, the one podcast I'm doing right now, Crime Ocopia. We have 3 episodes, I believe, left in the season
Ooh,
of the Miami Murders, Mysteries, and Mayhem. It's been interesting to find some true crime stories. A couple of the ones at the end are going to be kind of more well known, but it's been kind of cool seeing those. Uh, Aside from that, don't really have much except might be tagging along with Kenny and buying a couple boxes, try to find that one ring with that $1 million payday. Uh,
$1 million
Ooh,
bounty for the One
for that
Ring,
one ring
bro.
card.
that Willy Wonka,
Yeah.
bro. That golden ticket.
So
That is the golden ticket.
yeah, but that's pretty much it for me, really, right now.
Okay. Yeah. So, thank you guys again for indulging me in my shenanigans. I enjoyed profusely the
Yeah.
scene today, especially the nonverbal communication of fuck this guy and his plan, and we're gonna go back up and spy on this motherfucker. That tickled me to no end because I was like, what am I gonna do with these guys outside? Uh,
No,
but
no need.
there was
Yeah,
no need for that.
you didn't
We're
even
here
need to
for
wait.
you. We try to make your job easier.
You know what? I appreciate you, BB. Uh, but as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you when we see you guys. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night.